a wrong number. Because this can't be right. This can't be happening. This can't be happening to me. But it is right. Sienna's number stares back at me from the display. "Who is this?" I ask, pressing the phone back to my ear. "And why do you have my daughter's phone?" And then, in the background, I hear Sienna's piercing scream. "Mommy!" she bellows. It's high-pitched, frenzied, desperate. And that's when I know that this man doesn't only have Sienna's phone. He has Sienna. Pure terror courses through my veins. Sienna hasn't called me mommy in at least 10 years. I can't stop thinking what horrible thing must be happening for her to lapse back into her childhood and call me mommy. I'm completely powerless. I don't know where she is. I don't know how to get to her, how to help her, how to make this stop. "Go away!" Sienna commands. Her voice trembles, so that she doesn't sound like herself, who is usually so defiant, so sure. There is no mistaking her fear. "Leave me alone!" she demands, crying now. Sienna falters on the words, her voice cracking, so that the execution doesn't carry the same weight as the words themselves. Sienna is terrified, and so am I. "Sienna, baby!" I shriek. There is the sound of commotion, of muffled noises in the background. This man, I imagine, subduing Sienna, forcing a gag into her mouth so that she can't speak or scream, and Sienna fighting back from the sound of it, resisting him. I realize that I'm not blinking. I'm not breathing. Tears sting my eyes. "What are you doing to her? Who is this?" I demand of this man, screaming into the phone so that everyone in the store stops what they're doing to look at me, to stare, some gasping and pressing hands to their own mouths in shock, as if this nightmare is somehow collective. "What have you done with my daughter? What do you want from me?" "Listen to me," the man says back, his modulated voice unshaken and sedate, unlike mine. I still hear Sienna's desperate cry in the background, a keening, weeping wail, though it's stilted. The sound of it is enough to bring me to my knees. And yet I don't know what's worse, the sound of Sienna's cry or the sound of it as it grows distant and then fades completely away. "Where is she? What have you done to her? Why can't I hear her anymore?" "You need to do exactly as I say." "Exactly. Do you understand?" "I want to talk to my daughter. Let me talk to my daughter. I need to know that she's okay. What have you done to her?" "I have nothing to lose," the man says. "You're the only one with something to lose, Ms. Michaels. Now you need to shut up and listen to me, because I don't care one way or the other if your daughter lives or dies. What happens to her is entirely up to you." Part 1. 1. The first time I see her in the hospital is in the ICU, shortly after she's come out of surgery. I stand at the sliding glass door, looking in on her lying on the hospital bed, hooked up to a central line, an ET tube, an ICP monitor, a nasogastric tube, more. IV lines run into her veins, pumping her with fluids, with medicine like diuretics, anticonvulsants, and morphine, probably. Her head is wrapped with gauze. Beneath the gauze, just hours ago, I've been told, pieces of her skull were removed to relieve pressure on the brain. There isn't much to see of her face because her eyes are closed and she's all gauze and tubes. But what I can see of her is swollen and bruised. She's not my patient. Another nurse, Bridget, stands in the room with her, tending to her, getting her settled. And yet I felt sick to my stomach when I first saw her lying there on the bed through the glass. I'd heard the mumble of voices already, the hushed tones whispering of what people say happened to her, of what brought her here. I'm assigned to a few other patients today. We have 30 ICU beds at the hospital. We're broken down into pods, with 10 beds in each, and a nurse's station at the center of them. The nurse-to-patient ratio depends on how critical a patient is. Patients on ventilators or that are